Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Amon G. Carter Stadium, home of the TCU Horned Frogs. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So TCU's offense will have the first possession of the game. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like...
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. So Kansas State's offense will take the field for the first time. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. I guess the good news on that penalty is at least the defense didn't have to back up that far. It's still 1st and goal. Around the edge, it's Jackson. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spot.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Kansas State!
Touchdown. Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. You decided to go for it, we didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. He's not afraid to go deep. And he reels it in at the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback on the keeper. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, just watching this QB in the run game, he's going to break at some point in this game. He's going to break a home run. Defense did a nice job getting him down there, but this guy, I'm telling you, he's just a play away from taking it to the house. Keep letting this guy do his thing.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Johnson looking to throw. And it's picked off, bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. On the option. And he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB-designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front, and guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. He finds his man. Touchdown, TCU! What a catch and run for 6. A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down, looking for more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Wildcats are marching down the field. Quick release by the QB. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. Looking for room, it's Jackson. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
There's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. As a result, they lose yardage.
They'll run play action. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Second and short now after that completion. Going to the ground. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup. And the Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. They'll give it to him again. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Back to pass, it's Hoover. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. All kinds of room to the right. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Makes the grab over the middle. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. He'll do it himself.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Johnson wants to throw it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Gets it out fast. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll pull it on the read. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats! Big time touchdown there to get some much needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play and create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Fresh set of downs after the completion.
42 Spider.
Looking for a crease. It's Payne. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. The running back has it. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He'll try the left side. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Fires to the right. He makes a catch. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. The Horned Frogs are rolling down the field. Quick pass on the jet motion. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. He's right on target. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
They'll run it from the gun. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Looking to throw on second down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. And that is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
That keeps the score. TCU 21.
Kansas State, 14.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass. It's Johnson. Got his man downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now they're hit. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Wants to fire on second down. Quick completion on the out. And he's running in the open. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Wants to throw for it on third and goal. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Getting set for the point after. Right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by 7 over Oregon. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 10. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, TCU! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Handoff from the gun. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. He wants to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner will be brought down. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. The Wildcats headed quickly to the line. Going up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Rice. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Offense gets set for second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Gets rid of it. He's got the back in the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Quarterback checking off. Give to the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Has this head coach lost his mind? Does he know where the ball is on the field? He's going for it this close to his own end zone. Finds him out of the backfield, and the ball squirted out. So he gets his own fumble back, but not enough for the first down, so they'll have to give up the ball. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Got it in the middle. It's Porter. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Cook. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Got it! And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Kansas City, 21.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Johnson looking to throw. He's got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They feed him again. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They'll give it to the back. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. To the air, it's Hoover. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got his man. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Rice. Still running at the 40. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this 3rd period with a big play. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got his man across the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
Fast motion from the offense. Johnson wants to throw it. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Coming after it. It's complete on the right side. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. He looks that one in nicely. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Unleashes one. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, TCU.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Takes the handoff. It's Cook. Still on his feet at the 45. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows.
Looking for the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Dropping back, it's Hoover. This one's complete.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Got his man quickly. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Looking to throw it again. Got a man. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Smashes it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather.
Return goes out of bounds.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Finds his man. It's Rice. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He makes the connection.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. That one will put a little extra distance, give them a little cushion down the stretch.
And there was a little bit of hope, but you just snatched it away with that touchdown. This game is now over.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Thought he had the huge play with the interception. Instead, nabbed for PI, and it'll be 1st down for this offense. Johnson looking to throw. Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Another incompletion on 3rd down. On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's going up top here late in the game. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well, but now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Going up top. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses, and man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.